today is International Human Rights Day, and in particular today is the 60th anniversary, and there are events all over the world celebrating this day. So we're at the LSE listening to many activists talking about human rights, and I'm just going to read out to some of the people that we've heard from. We've heard from Professor AC Grayling, Andy Worthington, Hisham Yesser, Tara Hoskins, Peter Tatchell and Vivienne Westwood, and it's been extraordinary listening to people talking about issues that deeply concern them in human rights. And what I find so powerful is just how much people care about one another.
I'm Vivienne Westwood, and I've come here today invited by a friend of mine, and it's a meeting of various different action groups.
Really, the reason why we're holding this event tonight on the 60th anniversary of the UDHR is because we feel that it's important to link the various struggles now for justice, to link together the issues about how we create a culture that is respectful and stewards the environment and is respectful and of each other and the social relationships that we need in order to build a culture that's based on wisdom and democracy together.
My aim in life is to understand the world. I think if you understand the world, you might do good in the world and for the earth. And so I've got a whole campaign about culture, because we're dangerously without culture at the moment. If you don't understand the past, you've no way of understanding the world you live in or facing the challenges that we've got a vast amount of at the moment. Anyway, so I've got a campaign called Active Resistance to Propaganda. And what it's saying is that culture is the antidote to propaganda. If you engage in culture, if you go and look at the Titian that's in the National Gallery, you are striking a blow for freedom because you're thinking.
We bring together different activists, so we can have the disabled rights activists there one month and the homeless people who are fighting for their rights to live the way they want to, or for shelter, whatever, and let them show us and the Home Office what they want, so we all learn from each other. We want to make the links between the building of a good society and the wider issues of human rights abuses worldwide. So that's what we're here for, really. How can we unite our various campaign differences without losing the essence of them? How is it that we can come together and make, possibly, as an ideal, this one country that we live in, human rights compliant?
My son was arrested on the 2nd of November 2006 for a crime he didn't commit, and even now we're not sure whether it happened at all.
Our ongoing campaign to make sure that people are not criminalised for the mere fact of associating with others and are not criminalised for basically trying to engage in activities against oppressive regimes throughout the world.
And I'm also talking about the right to organise generally, collectively. It's the right to vote, it's the right to demonstrate, it's the right to campaign, it's the right to make sure there is a collective voice behind and for the human and civil rights that you're campaigning around.
So I want to say congratulations to anybody who's an activist, first of all. That's the first thing to say. Because if you're an activist, you've got a life, get engaged in fighting for something.
The last 20 years has seen this incredible focus of investment on the real estate market and housing markets, and how that produces massive inequality. It helps to contribute to the inequality in the society, and is so incredibly fragile. As we've seen, it's all unravelling. But I think the collapse of that whole neoliberal project, which is what we're seeing now, really creates conditions in which change is possible. And we can start saying that old set of relationships is finished and we have to think of something new. So it's actually, there's a positive side to this misery.
And at the other end is the rainforest and saving the planet. And the thing is that we, ordinary people, will have to pay for it ourselves. You can't wait for business to do it. You can't wait for government to do it. We've got to even demand that the government collects a tax and gives it, because it really is save a tree, save a child. It's as simple as that. And human rights, the whole thing, you know, I'm talking about life on the planet.
So you can look at campact.org.uk, peopleincommon.org, and find out more about these struggles. Yeah, and because we're working together.
Whatever happens, you have to fight for human rights.
And we want to look at how we can build a new constitution, really, a new way of organising society.
If everybody can think of new ways of thinking and acting, I think it potentially could be a very strong moment.